John, I received a call from your school today. They said you haven't been attending classes for the past 3 days. What is going on?
Mom, I didn't want to worry you, but I've been having a hard time with my teacher. Mr. Roberts isn't treating us well.
What do you mean he isn't treating you well? Skipping school is not the solution, John. You know how important your education is.
I know, Mom. But Mr. Roberts is always yelling at us for no reason. He picks on me and a few other students every day. It's unbearable.
Yelling? Are you sure, John? Maybe he's just trying to be strict. Sometimes teachers have to be tough to maintain discipline.
No, Mom, it's different. He humiliates us in front of the whole class. It's not about discipline, it feels personal and degrading.
I can't believe this. Why didn't you tell me earlier? Avoiding school isn't the answer. We need to address this problem head on.
I was scared, Mom. I didn't want to get into more trouble. Mr. Roberts said if we complained, things would get worse for us.
That's unacceptable. No teacher should make a student feel that way. I'm going to speak to the principal about this.
Mom, please, don't make it worse. I don't want to be targeted even more. Can't we just let it go?
Let it go? This is serious. Bullying from a teacher is something we cannot ignore. You deserve to be in a safe learning environment.
I understand, but confronting him might make things worse for me and my friends. We're all scared of what might happen.
I promise I'll handle this carefully. You and your friends shouldn't have to endure this. The school needs to know what's happening.
All right, Mom. But please, try to be discreet. I don't want everyone knowing that I was the one who complained.
Of course, John. I'll make sure to address it in a way that protects you. But you need to promise me you won't skip school anymore.
I promise, Mom. I just couldn't take it anymore. Thank you for understanding.
I'm sorry I was angry earlier. I was worried. From now on, if something is bothering you, come to me right away.
I will, Mom. It's just hard sometimes to know what to do. I didn't want to seem weak or like a troublemaker.
You're not weak, son. Standing up for yourself and classmates takes a lot of courage. I'm proud of you for telling me.
Thanks, Mom. I hope the school listens and does something about it.
They will. I'll make sure of it. But remember, communication is a key. Never hesitate to talk to me about anything.
I'll remember that. It's just, Mr. Roberts can be so intimidating. I didn't know how to handle it.
It's understandable. Some adults forget how their actions affect kids. It's our job to remind them.
I'm just relieved you're on my side. I was so stressed about this whole situation.
Always, son. Your well-being is my top priority. We'll get through this together.
I appreciate that. I just want to go back to enjoying school without all this anxiety.
You will. Once we address this issue, I'm confident things will improve.
I hope so, Mom. It's hard to focus on studying when you're dreading going to class every day.
I can imagine. But we're taking the right steps now. Change might take time, but it will happen.
Do you think the principal will take our side? What if they don't believe us?
I'll make sure they listen. Schools have a responsibility to their students. They can't ignore a serious complaint like this.
Okay, I trust you. I just want things to get better for everyone in my class.
They will, son. We're doing what's necessary. Your education and happiness are too important to let this slide.
I wish it didn't have to come to this. But I know it's the right thing to do.
Sometimes doing the thing is the hardest part. But it's worth it in the end.
Thanks for understanding, Mom. I feel a bit better now knowing we're taking action.
Anytime, son. Remember, you're not alone in this. We'll face it together.
I'll try to keep that in mind. It's just been a tough few days.
I know. But you're strong, and we'll get through this rough patch. Better days are ahead.
I hope so. I just want to focus on my studies and enjoy school again.
And you will. We'll make sure the environment is conducive for learning and growth.
Thanks, Mom. I guess I needed this talk more than I realized.
We all need a listening ear sometimes. Don't hesitate to come to me, no matter what.
I won't. I see now that it's better to talk about these things than keep them bottled up.
Exactly. Bottling up your feelings only makes things worse. Sharing them helps find solutions.
True. I'll remember that. Thanks for always being there for me.
Always, son. You're my priority. Let's get through this together and ensure your school life improves.
Yes, I'll try my best to stay positive and attend all my classes.
That's the spirit. We'll handle this situation with Mr. Roberts and make sure your school experience is positive.
Thanks, Mom. With you by my side, I know we can make it better.